Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Slayer back here again with another video. Let me first off say that I didn't even know if I was going to make this video. I didn't know if I was going to talk about my last relapse binge, but after several of you guys commented and said, hey Slayer, I know it's tough, man, to talk about those stories, but they really do help me stay sober, I decided, hey, if it's going to help somebody not drink today, it's totally worth telling this. To be honest, guys, I think many of you know, I didn't even know if I was going to continue doing YouTube. But the fact of the matter is that this is an absolute blessing. This channel, this community, I really do love making these videos. The moment that I feel like this is affecting my sobriety in a negative way, that will be the moment that I take a step back from YouTube. But right now, it's therapeutic for me, guys. Sitting here talking to you guys, having this online community, it's amazing. I've made real friends off of this, and I'm not going to stop. I now have over 2 weeks since my last drink, and of course, you know, to me, since I've been through this so many times, it doesn't seem that great, but it really is awesome. I'm back on the wagon again. I'm doing the things that I know I need to do to stay sober, and I'm correcting it. As long as we learn, that's the thing, guys. If you fall, it's okay. As long as we don't die. Try to learn something. Try to take something from your relapse and apply it to the next time of trying to stay sober. That's all we can do. I've fallen and relapsed so many times, but something I can say that I've learned from my dozens and dozens of relapses is that this disease is deceptive as it gets. We will find any reason, at least I know I will, to find a way to drink. It doesn't matter what it is. I have to be absolutely on guard all the time, because the moment that I forget who exactly I am is the moment that I find myself back in that liquor store, and that's exactly what happened during this last binge. Over 100 days sober, blood, sweat, and tears, putting work into it, but I stopped. I started getting depressed, and guess what, guys? Depression is a part of life. That is something that I have to understand. Depression is a part of this journey. We're not going to feel happy all the time. God gave us an array of emotions to experience every single one of them. If we're sad, it's okay. Nowadays, we feel like, oh, I'm sad. Something's horribly wrong with me. I've got to go fix it instantly. And at that moment, those drugs and that alcohol can almost seem like a magic pill or a magic potion. But really, it's not. All it's doing is making it that much worse. It's suppressing all those feelings. And then when you come off of the relapse, you have all those feelings still there, plus a whole bunch of other negative stuff to deal with from the binge. Because when you're like me, when you drink like me, it is there's no way, there's gonna be consequences every single time. I can't drink and get away with it. I just can't. And I also have learned that I can't just have one. No matter what, no matter how much I try to convince my insane brain to think that I'm only gonna have a 6-pack, it's never going to just be a 6-pack. Slayer, are you listening to yourself? I'm talking to me right now. It is never going to just be one. You know, that is an illusion. That's an illusion. It's BS. That's exactly what happened, guys. I fell into a depression. I stopped working my program. We're all different. We're all pretty apparel though at the same time, but we are all different as far as like what we have to do to keep ourselves stay sober. We all have a program that we work, things that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. And if we don't do them, if you're like me, that's the first step back into the bottle. That's the first step back into a relapse. And that's exactly what I did. I found myself not reading my Bible in the morning. I found myself, I'll take a shower tomorrow instead of taking a shower now. I found myself no longer going to meetings, no longer talking to God and praying the way that I'm supposed to. Starting to feel that woe is me, self-pity. Oh, look at me. Look at my life and what I don't have and how far behind I am. Blah, blah, blah. That's all the devil. That is all the devil. At the end of the day, it's like I'll get depressed about materialistic things and, oh, I'm still single and, oh my God, my life's horrible. Every day that we wake up is a blessing. Every single day we wake up is a blessing. You know how many of us, think about all the addicts and alcoholics out there that aren't getting that second chance, that aren't waking up this morning, that are out there that are gone. Our friends, our family members that we've lost, that they don't have, it is so selfish of us. It's so selfish of me to go back out there and drink and to complain when waking up each and every single day is beyond comprehension when it comes to, wow, what a blessing. I woke up today. That's an opportunity. But no, it's the woe is me. Look at what I don't have. Look at, what I don't deserve. I'm not good enough. All the alcoholic sayings, and words that we say to ourselves. The devil came, man. He sat on my shoulder, and I started listening to him. We got those two voices, man. And when I start to listen to that negative voice too much, that's when I start to drift. And I started to drift. And I started to isolate. And that is a giant red flag. When I start to isolate, a relapse is inevitable. It's right around the corner. And so for the next couple of days, I isolated. I just sat in misery. I felt like I was never gonna, I shared with you guys, I felt like I'm never gonna be normal. I'm never gonna feel normal again. Alcohol has ruined my brain, and I just have never given myself enough of a chance. It can take up to 6 months to 2 years just for our brains to heal. So I've never given my body enough of an opportunity to actually heal itself. So as always, I just gave in. I woke up one morning and I said, I'm done. I'm going to drink. And once you cross that mental barrier of, when we make that decision, we've made that decision. There's nothing but God, literally God. No human is going to stop me. That's a fact. I mean, God is going to have to be the one who steps in and wakes me up and stops me from going, because at that point, it's off to the races. I'm going to the liquor store. I made up in my mind, no reaching out. At this point, it's too late for me to reach out. I'm past the point of reaching out. I'm not going to call anybody. I'm not going to share this with anybody. I'm heading to the liquor store. And of course, I was deceptive the whole time. I told my brother, I kind of planned out a time. I was waiting. I knew that I was going to have the next 3 or 4 days off of work. So I kind of set that time aside weeks before. So it just shows you that even weeks prior, my subconscious was already setting up this relapse. I had about 3 to 4 days that I was going to do nothing but just hang out with my brother, one of my older brothers, who is sober, by the way. I thought, you know what? He won't know that I'm drinking. I'm just going to hide it from him. People always know. We're only fooling ourselves. We're not fooling anybody but ourselves. So I woke up that day. I texted him. I said, hey man, I got the day off. I'm going to come over. We've been watching this TV show called From. And me and my brother is a huge movie, TV guy. We have a blast just going over there and nerding out on TV and hanging out and doing different stuff. And so I just planned on, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to go hang out with him. He won't know. So I found myself back at the liquor store. And when I was in there, of course, I felt like I was going to pass out. My heart was pounding out of my chest. My hands were sweating. Adrenaline was pumping through my blood. Every single alarm bell that could be going off was going off. But that alcoholic brain was still there saying, oh, I'll just have a 6-pack. I'm only going to drink a 6-pack and I'll cut it off. So I went over and I grabbed a 6-pack of Budweiser and I bought it. And I went over to my brother's house. Now, the whole time that I'm over there, I am sneaking off into the bathroom. And the first drink that I had, I snuck off and I sat in the bathroom for about 5 minutes just staring at this Budweiser. Like, is this a good idea? Probably not. This is not a good idea. But by this point, like I said, guys, it's too late. There's no coming back from this. I've already purchased the alcohol. For me, there's no just like, oh, I'm just going to go pour this out now. So I cracked open the Budweiser, and it wasn't the 12-ounce cans. It was the 16-ounce ones. And I chugged it. And immediately, my body, my stomach, my mind, my brain, it knew. It remembered. I felt that warm feeling in my stomach and that little bit of euphoria, because it's like I've said before, guys, for me now, the only real quote-unquote enjoyable, and it's really not even that enjoyable, time that I have now when I relapse is that first day of drinking. I think that to a certain degree, it just makes it that much harder to stop for us, because that first day does kind of seem like it works. My depression did get lifted after I chugged that beer. I did feel better. The physical symptoms that I was feeling kind of faded away, and I was feeling good. And just like that, the disease has been activated again. Once I put the alcohol and I funnel it down my damn throat, it's over. It's in my system now. It's like, it really is, the disease is activated. So I chugged it, went back out we continued watching the show, and the rest of the night and day, I just kept sneaking off into the bathroom until I found myself with no more beer. Wow, what a shock, I'm all out. And of course, I wasn't nearly where I needed to be. I was not intoxicated enough. My alcoholic brain was telling me more, always more. I need to drink until I'm blacked out or passed out or throwing up or all the above. So I made some elaborate excuse because my brother still didn't know that I was drinking. I made some elaborate excuse that I had to run to the gas station. I think I said, oh, I'm gonna go get some Zen or something. Off to the gas station I go. And see, guys, I think a big reason too why I relapsed was my health anxiety, you know? And every time that we drink, we're making our health so much worse. But my crazy brain will convince me that, oh, since I'm drunk and I don't feel anything, I'm better. Insanity. So I made some elaborate excuse to go back to the gas station, and immediately there I am right back into the liquor store, and it's no longer a 6-pack of beer. Nope, it's never a 6-pack of beer. Now it's 8 double shots. 8 double shots of Southern Comfort 100 proof. The nastiest, the most disgusting, strongest liquor out there. I go from a 6-pack of pretty weak beer, really, when you think about it, Budweiser's 5%, to 100 proof whiskey. 8 doubles, which is equivalent to like a 750. And I head back to his place. Now I proceed to drink, and next thing you know, like this, I get blacked out. My last memory that I have over there is he's sitting there saying, really, man? You drank? Really, dude? Why, man? You were doing so good, dude. Like, why did you do this again? And I just kind of sat there and was staring at him in this drunken haze, and I didn't really say much. I was just like, it is what it is, man. I proceeded to pass out on his couch and woke up the next morning feeling like absolute and complete death. And now on top of it, all the shame, the guilt, the feelings of, wow, why did I just do that? Why did I just put myself back in this position again? Nobody did it to me. I did it to myself. Why would I willingly put myself back here again? And of course, the first thing that was on my mind when I woke up was liquor. How am I going to get alcohol? I need more alcohol because now I'm going through withdrawals. Instantaneous withdrawal from one day of drinking. I'm already, going through slight withdrawal. So I get up, my brother, I go over and I check on my brother. He's passed out. And I'm thinking, I know that we're going to be hanging out over at his place all weekend. So I think to myself, well, he's passed out. This is a good time for me to go and get more liquor. So that's exactly what I do. I stumble out, stomach all messed up, and I go over to my car, and as I'm about to open the car door, all over the grass that my car was parked next to, just like The Exorcist, projectile vomit all over the place. I'm like, oh my God. And I get in my car and I shut my door and I sit there and I just prayed. I was like, Lord, I don't know what I've gotten myself into again, but I'm back. I'm here again. I'm here, so I need to do what I got to do. So off to the liquor store I go. I go in and I bought a couple tall boys of Budweiser, thinking to myself, well, I'm just going to drink this Budweiser and, I'll save the liquor, because I also got vodka. I got one of the 375 milliliters, which is one of like the miniature bottles, like the smaller bottle under the 750. I got one of those. So I got 2 tall boys of Budweiser and a 375 of that vodka. Out the door I go, back over to my brother's, and immediately I find myself back over there. I feel terrible. I feel sick. So when I crack open this beer and start drinking it to get the hair of the dog, it's not working out. It's making me feel worse. All that liquid, it just isn't working out. So I reach into the fridge and grab an orange juice, because I've noticed, guys, that's kind of been my go-to when it comes to like a chaser or a mixer. These last few times that I've relapsed is orange juice. So I grabbed an orange juice, cracked it open, and just like that, everything that I told myself about the Budweiser went out the window. I took about 2 sips of it, and there I am cracking that 375 open. And I take a drink, I chase it with the orange juice. Everything in my body is trying to reject it, and I'm forcing it down my throat. Drink it, forcing it down my throat. Next thing you know, my brother gets up, he sees that I'm drinking again, and he's like, are you serious, man? You need to go to Detox, dude. And so now he's trying to get me to Detox, but he's also understandable. He has the disease as well, so he's sympathetic to a certain degree. We end up going and sitting, and I'm doing nothing productive in these days, nothing. It's all alcohol. We sit back down on the couch, and he's like, let's just watch the show, man. I can't believe you're doing this. I continue drinking. Well, I find myself at probably, I don't even know, noon, 11 a.m., something like that. After waking up at like 7 a.m., I'm passed back out on the couch. He wakes me up. He's like, yo, man. He's like, dude, you haven't showered in like 2 days, man. Go take a shower, come back, go get yourself together, and then you can come back. I'm in this complete haze, still half drunk. I go and I decide to go home. Well, when I get home, I get into the shower, and I literally, like something out of a movie, I'm drinking in the shower, which is something that I told you guys that I actually enjoy doing. I'm just drinking myself to oblivion in the shower, and at that moment, my emotions hit me. Just the fact that I'm not only screwing myself when I do these things, I'm also screwing all of my loved ones. I've said it before, guys, alcoholism is a family disease. It doesn't just affect us. It really doesn't. And I just broke down and started bawling my eyes out in this drunken, emotional tyrant. I just started bursting out in tears. I get out of the shower and I'm crying, and I'm just depressed that I found myself back in this situation again. And I started feeling like I'm never going to get free from alcohol. I'm going to die in the bottle. That's how I felt. And I ended up calling one of my sober friends, and unfortunately she had to sit there and listen to me just bawl my eyes out for like the next 2-3 hours, and also throw up on the phone. How embarrassing. I'm bawling and throwing up and bawling and throwing up, and eventually I pass out. So now this enters us into day 3. This is the last day of what I would call somewhat normalcy of this binge, and then everything went downhill. I get up, and of course, the first thing that's on my mind is alcohol. How am I going to get it? I'm not done yet. I am not finished yet. I'm not done until I'm done. And until I'm done, I'm just not going to stop. Go and get another bottle, find myself back over at my brother's house yet again. There I am drinking, getting wasted drunk. And at this point now, my brother says to himself, okay, I've got to tell more people about this other than just the people that know. So he tells my parents, he tells my entire family, everybody gets the knowledge that I have been drinking and I'm on a bad binge again. I shared with you guys this before, but since my family is a bunch of addicts, our whole entire family, we share like accounts as far as like our cards and everything. So we can actually, like, my parents can get in on our accounts and take money out of our accounts if they want to. And this was really set up this way because of all the addiction in our family. And so he tells them, and immediately, of course, they go and they take all my money. I'm getting messages like, hey, if you need rides anywhere, just let me know. Like, if you need gas, I'll come give you gas. That's what my other brother's saying. But we're taking your money until you get out of this binge. So, and this isn't, I've always said, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing all the time. It is in a way, because it can put somebody to a stop, but at the same time, it puts someone like me in a dangerous position, because I wasn't done. And it's like I said, I'm not done until I'm done. So I woke up that day, got wasted drunk. Nothing really happened. It was all nothing but a blur. The whole 5 days were really nothing but a blur. It's hard to recall any of this. And on that 4th day, I woke up and looked at my bank account, because I'd always check my bank account to make sure I still had money in there. Well, the first thing I did was reach and see if I had any alcohol anywhere. Do I have any? Shit, I don't have any. Oh, and I'm sick too, so I'm throwing up. And I get on my phone and I check. Please. No money. I get on there. There's not a dime. Nothing. Literally $0.00 in my account. And at that point, I'm pissed. I get pissed. I throw my phone across the room. I'm son of a bitch, motherfucker. I'm pissed. You guys know how it is when someone takes our bottle or takes our money. Oh, the wrath that comes out of us. And so I said, you know what? That ain't gonna stop me, because it never has stopped me before. I'll always find a way. So I disgustingly, pathetically resorted right back to my old ways and went and found a whole bunch of clothes that I don't wear anymore, and went down to this place that you can sell clothes for. It's a total and complete ripoff. You sell nice clothes for no money whatsoever at all. So I walk into this place withdrawing terribly. I could only imagine what the people were thinking. I'm sweating profusely. I have all these clothes. Here, you know, here's these clothes. And they're looking at me. Okay, can we get your ID? Yeah, here's my ID. I'm shaking. I can barely keep anything together. All right, well, it's going to be about 15 minutes. And I go over. I don't even leave. And I just sit there in the store, and I'm shaking. And I'm like this, trying not to throw up in this store. Well, they end up giving me about 15 bucks for all these nice clothes. This is what addiction does to us, guys. $15, right back to the liquor store I go again. And I'm drinking myself to oblivion. And it's like I've said before, guys, no food, no water. I'm dropping weight at just a ridiculous pace. I'm just losing weight. I'm becoming nothing but a skeleton. I'm dying. I'm withering away, guys. My entire life, once I take that first drink, it revolves around the booze from that point forward. Nothing matters, including myself and my health. So I get that alcohol, I get wasted drunk, and I find myself over at my brother's house. And here's another dangerous aspect of it. I wake up and I'm like in this daze, and I'm like, okay, where am I at? I'm over at my brother's. I'm like, I'm gonna go and drive home. I was in no state to drive. I was still drunk. It's cold out. It's not as cold as it is right now. It's freezing out now, but it was cold. It was very cold. It was probably below freezing. And I go out and I get in my car. Well, when I sat in my car, I made the decision real fast that it's like, I can't drive. I'm way too out of it. So I got into the other seat, pulled the seat all the way back, and I passed out. Well, I wake up hours later, shivering, freezing cold. People just shivering, like, what is going on? Just, guys, when I say it's hell on earth, it's hell on earth. I can't drink. I just can't drink. I'm sitting there shivering. I look at my phone, bunch of missed calls, bunch of text messages. Are you alive? Are you okay? What's going on? And I did the same thing again. This was the 5th day, guys. Let's just get into the 5th day. I ended up going once more, selling some clothes, found myself back at the liquor store, got a whole bunch, and drank and was just terribly sick. I couldn't even hold down those last drinks. I got a 750 of vodka, and I was just taking swigs and throwing up, taking swigs. And every time that you throw up, the only thought that's going through my mind is I'm wasting all of that liquor. All that liquor could be in my system right now. And instead, it's all over whatever. It's what a waste. That's the insanity of this disease. And on that 5th day, eventually I said, or 6th day, whatever it was, I said, enough is enough. Okay, I can't keep selling these clothes. I can't keep doing this. I'm going to kill myself. What am I doing with my life? And I went to check myself in at the hospital. Luckily enough, they had a detox bed open for me over at the detox center. So they took me over there, and I spent the next 3 or 4 days there just detoxing and getting well. I had to see all those same people that I've seen literally probably like a dozen times. I don't know, maybe not that many times, but I had to see those people again, all the shame and embarrassment, and right back to square one again. We don't lose that time, guys, we don't. But as far as you kind of do, though, because when you're like me, it's like a total and complete reset to everything. It's like, oh, here we are back at square one again. 100 days not drinking and right back to square one again. And it's just not worth it, guys. I hope by sharing this story, it helps somebody. It's very similar to what always happens. I'm lucky that something worse didn't happen. I'm lucky that I'm not in jail. I'm lucky that I'm not dead. I'm lucky that my liver is okay and everything else. Please, guys, just use this story as motivation today not to drink, because if you're anything like me, it's never going to just be one. It's never going to just be a 6-pack. It's always going to escalate. 1,000, whatever the saying is. One isn't enough, 1,000 too many, whatever that saying is. You guys know I've said it 100 times, but it's the truth. We can't do it, guys, and we're better off without it. It's nothing but a poison at the end of the day. It's killing us. It doesn't make life any better. Don't let it deceive you. Don't let it deceive you like it deceived me this last time, guys. Thank God that I am sober today. Thank God that I don't have the ball and chain of alcohol around my leg at the moment, and I plan to keep it that way. I hope that you're all amazing out there. If you relapsed, hey, come on the journey with me. Start with me. We can do it together. That's what this channel is all about. We're in this together. So with that said, man, let's stay sober today. And thank you all for being on this journey with me. Thank you for not giving up on me. I really do appreciate it more than you know. Thank you to the other sober YouTubers that reached out, Bat Country, Liver Disease, Sober Start, and a couple other ones. I appreciate all of you guys as well. Love you guys. And with that said, I'll be back in the next couple days or a few days, whenever I have time, because life is hectic and busy. I'll be back with another video. So like I said, I hope that this helped somebody. I hope that me telling this helped one of you guys. With that said, stay safe, stay sober, reach out if you're gonna drink. And yeah, man, peace.